but
A little bit.
it's totally opaque and it doesn't have a star or anything.
Yeah.
Is that a
I've
good
got
one?
that one.
Here, I will let you wrap these back up because technically, I mean, we're in the Renaissance. We're not supposed to be doing plastic bags
Oh, that's true.
and I'm being filmed. We got to look appropriate, you know.
Well, I can stand behind your back and unwrap them one
Oh.
at a time. So that they
This is one of my good customers. I'd hate to show you one of my bad ones.
Now, what makes you think that I'm one of your good customers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many?
Just 6.
Yeah, okay. Just 6 today. No. I'm being interviewed. They're doing a documentary on the fair, and they probably won't leave that part in because all they're doing is going to listen to me bullshit. I mean, they definitely won't leave that part
Explain
in.
things to the. That one
Okay.
again.
Yeah, they almost have stars in them, but not quite.
Now we got this one. If it had been
You don't
safe-
need to wrap these in tissue. Just put them in the plastic
Oh,
bag.
okay.
These are fine. They did that just to make
That
you
was for
think.
the
you know,
shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
No. Take the right here.
They're neat.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. I don't know if there any of them are.
No, they're
Worthy of one of your
no.
settings, but-
Well, I'd be, yeah, well, anything is, you know, if you're willing to pay for it, I'm willing to do it. But I'm going to tell you up front, they're not worth a great deal of money.
No. They're souvenirs.
If you got 50 cents a carat on these, you'd be doing good. I hate to tell you that, but
Just they're cool.
yeah, they're cool. And you guys mine them yourselves in the mine
Yeah.
down in North Carolina. That one's got a nice stridation to it. That's interesting. I don't know if you can see this on your film camera or not. These are North Carolina sapphires, and if you look carefully in the light, it's actually got a crosshatch grain structure in it that you can almost see looks like a window screen. And it's kind of neat.
Can I take another look at it?
If you, the light over here is probably,
Right there's your best light.
well, let's see if I can get it in it. I don't know how good of camera you have, but you can see it right there.
Right, that camera.
You see it? Looks like window screen. That's actually the crystal structure. That's one of the ways you can tell it's actually a sapphire and not something else. You see the lines running like that and like that? Those lines had been a little better pronounced, you would have had a star in this one.
We got that one.
Oh, that's okay. Again, it's corundum.
Yeah, no question about being corundum.
Hmm?
In
That's
fact,
better.
a little bit of blue.
That's better than being corruptum.
No, that's me.
Oh, I know that's you. So. What do you want me to do? This is one I just made yesterday, and it's amber with yellow gold, rose gold, and sterling silver with a tourmaline, and this is one of my one-of-a-kind handmade pieces. So this piece, you know, was basically put together from scratch, starting yesterday. So that didn't exist yesterday morning. Now, what I do,
We can get some shots of
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I'm gonna do basically, I'm
We'll
gonna get
cut
you
these
describing
together.
it and then we'll cut it together.
okay. Well, this is the piece, and what I do, okay, I'm really not sure where we're starting with this, but I know we're looking for this because of the fair. I've been doing goldsmithing for almost.
Sorry to interrupt you. When
How did I come to be here?
That would be a good one.
Well, how I came to be here is I'll be 65 my next birthday, and I was widowed, a lady I was married to for 18 years in '89, and a bunch of my buddies decided we need to get you back, you know, friends and things back out in the world, so they said we're going to take you to the Maryland Renaissance Festival. I'd never been here before, and I kind of fell in love with the place. It was like, you know, wow, this is neat. And we hung out down here most of the season, and the following season, for whatever reason, I didn't make it down. And I had closed my store that I owned in Middleburg, Virginia, and basically gone into an early retirement. And Elizabeth, the lady I'm married to now, worked for the MITRE Corporation. And a friend of hers at work, I had made a ring for, because one of the other things, smoking my pipe, I hung out at tobacco shops a lot, and even worked at a couple of them part-time just to have something to do. So she decided that she wanted me to make her a ring. And I kind of avoided the issue for about 3 months, and she kept calling and saying, I'd like to get together with you and I'd like for you to design a ring. So finally I agreed to meet her down here at the Renaissance Festival, because she lived in Maryland and it was easier than going out to the boonies of Virginia where I live. So we met down here, and I designed her ring for her setting over in the White Hart Tavern. And make a long story short, by the time it was finished, we were dating. She insisted upon paying for it in case things didn't work. We decided to get married. I juried into the fair, and that was in '92. And we built this booth in '93. My 16-year-old son was born in '92, right second weekend of fair. And in fact, he spent most of his first month or so of life down here. And of course, the rest of that part's history. He's here, he works here now, he's 16. My daughter was born the following year, 13 months apart, the last weekend of fair. So the fair has become a very family thing for us. I met my wife here. Both of my children were born basically at the beginning and end of fair. And we've been here now, this is our 16th season in this building. And I can't think of any place I'd rather be. It is, hello. She's not my wife, but she's a good friend. We play chess regularly. She keeps offering to play me for jewelry. Last year, she was beating me. This year, I'm beating her. So this year, I might take her up on it. But, you know, that's the story of how I came to be at the fair. What I do and how I do it, I'm a master goldsmith. I apprenticed under a German master. I've worked professionally for Bailey, Banks and Little, Black Star and Frost. I was head jeweler for a company called Melart for 5 years. And what really happened is a couple of friends of mine said, you know, when I met Elizabeth and we started going together, I said, well, I guess I got to open a store again and go back to work. And they said, no, why don't you do what you've always wanted to do? And that is your own art. And I've always had a very strong Celtic influence in my art because of my Scottish background. And I said, you know, you're right. And that's how this came about, and that's why this is here. And it's one of the things I cannot express what the Maryland Renaissance Festival actually means to me as far as friends, as far as family. The Smith family who run the fair. I do a lot of other shows besides this. This is the only Renaissance Festival. I tried several others back in the early days and found them not to be they just didn't have the same atmosphere, the same anything. The Smith family, the four brothers, Jules, Adam, Mark, and I'm trying to remember I know they're all names, but I'm terrible with names. Jules, Mark, Adam, and I'm going to be in trouble because I can't remember the fourth brother. Don't put this in the tape. But they work down here year-round to make this festival the best festival, and I can't give them enough credit for what they do to make this place possible. And I will think of it as, I said Jules, Adam, Mark, and Lou, I need help. What's the other Smith brothers? Never mind. But anyway, the Smith family they're who make this possible. And I can't give them enough praise or credit because I've worked with a lot of different promoters doing different shows, and what they put into this is incredible. So people come here and they find this fantasy village all set up. They don't realize just how much work actually goes into it from the background to make it happen. And beyond that, I don't know what else to say. Can we take a break? Thank you.